Prado.
Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. We got the second game of a 4-game series between the Florida Marlins and Pittsburgh Pirates, and leading off for the Marlins is D. Gordon playing second. Batting second and playing third is Prado. Batting third, playing shortstop is Ramirez. Batting fourth, playing center field is Stanton. Batting fifth, playing right field is Sheffield. Batting sixth, playing first base is Millar. Batting seventh, playing left field is Konai. Batting eighth, doing the catching is Johnson. And on the mound, batting ninth is Willis. And for the hometown Pittsburgh Pirates, leading off playing center field's Van Slyke as David joins us here. And batting third, playing right field is Clemente. Batting fourth, playing left field is McCutcheons. Batting fifth, playing first base is Young. Batting sixth, playing second base is Steinert. Batting seventh, doing the catching is Kendall. Batting eighth, playing shortstop is Alley. Batting ninth and on the mound is VEALE. Let's get down here to Pittsburgh and get this game started. Hold. All right, sorry about that. Had a phone call. As Ken N joins us here. Now let's get down here to the game and get this started. And you can see Florida is struggling. They're 2-8. They have 71 strikeouts, walked 31, given up 26 doubles. Pittsburgh 7-3. They've struck out 72 batters, walked 20, given up 29 doubles and 3 triples. And the lead it off is D. Gordon. And Gordon's batting .263 for the Marlins with no homers and no RBIs. And this is Bob Vale's third appearance. He's 1-1 with a 4.5 ERA. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, and he strikes Gordon out to start this game off. And Prado comes up, and Martin's batting .189 with no homers and 2 RBIs. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be a base on ball. So far, nobody's put the ball in play yet. A walk and a strikeout. And you got a runner down at first and 1 out for Ramirez. He's batting .250 with 2 homers and 9 RBIs. That's going to be against the lefty. Be a 10 and a 10. A 10 and a 10. And that's going to be a single in the center field. And Prado, is he going to try to make it down the third? Doesn't have very good speed. And like I say, these arms for these Pirates are awesome. When your worst arm out there in that outfield's a 38, it don't get much better than that, that's for sure. A 24 to get down there. And you got Stanton due up next. I just don't think it's worth it. He's going to stop at second. Like I say, you just don't run on these Pirates, man. You don't run on these Pirates. It's crazy, ain't it, Ken? Yeah, it's terrible, Ken. It's hot every damn where. First and second, one out. George Stanton's up. And George, he is batting .250 also. He's got 1 homer and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Clemente, look at that. That's a nuclear missile arm out there, a 40 arm. You ain't running on a 40 arm. And there is now 2 down. Like I say, when your average arm is 39, it's crazy, ain't it? Your average outfielder's arm is 39 in Master Game. And Gary Sheffield's up batting 108 with no homers and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. He'll go to short way over to second. And that'll do it. So 2 runners get stranded. Marlins, nothing. Pirates coming to the plate. You got Van Slyke, Madlock, and Clemente due up. See Pittsburgh's upcoming schedule. 2 more games here. Hold on, please. Be right back, guys. Alrighty, here we go with Van Slyke up. Here's the pitch to Andy batting .302 with 1 homer and 7 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. Let's see where this is going to land at. And that's going to be a double in the right field. So Andy Van Slyke starts this game off with a leadoff double for the Pirates. And they got a runner in scoring position right away. And now you got Mr. Madlock. Oh, Mad Dog's up. And Madlock, he's batting .417. Mad Dog is, with no homers and 3 RBIs. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be a ground ball. Sorry about this. The phone's blowing up all of a sudden. That's going to be a ground ball down the first. Let's see here. With a runner down at second, will he get over to third is the question. And the runner will get down to third as Kevin tosses that ball over to D-Train covering. That'll be a 1-3 put out. Now you got to go ahead and run 90 feet away, and only 1 out for Clemente. And Clemente's batting .220 with 2 homers and 7 RBIs. And that's going to be popped up out in the shallow center field. Matter of fact, that's a swing and a miss. He strikes him out with that wow factor. So now there's 2 down. Van Slyke's still down at third. Ken McCutcheon's deliver here, batting .357 with a homer and 4 RBIs. And nope, that's going to be a ground ball down the second. And now it'll end the inning on the 4-3 put out. Van Slyke gets stranded at third. We get to the top of the second. It's still nothing. We got Kevin Menard, Conine, and Johnson due up here in the top of the second. Kevin's batting .286 with a homer and 5 RBIs. And that's going to be against the 20. Nope, against the 19. That's going to be a ground ball back to Bob. He tosses it over to first for out number 1. And Jeff Conine comes to the plate. He's batting .333 with a homer and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes him out for out number 2. And Johnson's up now, batting .190. He's got a homer and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the alley. And Alley's up with it, fires over the first. And that's a 1-2-3 top of the second. To the bottom of the second we go. You got Young due up, followed by Stanton and Kendall. And Kevin is batting .154 with no homers and an RBI. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. George calls for it, makes the catch for 1 out. And Rennie's up now. And Rennie's batting .417, off to a good start with a homer and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Gordon at second for out number 2. 2 up and 2 down here in the second. It's up to Jason Kendall to start getting something going here for the Pirates. Batting .385 with no homers and an RBI. And that's going to be a rare play, a 15 and a 36. And that's going to be a 12. It's going to be hit down the short. Ramirez is down there. And a 52 and an 8. And that's going to be fielding column 3. And that's going to be a single 3 short. So Jason gets aboard here with the first hit of the inning with 2 outs. And that brings up Gene Alley now with a runner on first, 2 outs, and a nothing game. And Gene's batting .306 with no homers and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Gordon. We'll go to a short way over to second, and that ends the inning. Pirates strand 1. To the top of their third we go, and no score. We got D-Train Willis due up, followed by Gordon and Prado. And Willis says we don't need a stinking DH. He's batting .500 on the year, 1 for 2. You see the team comparisons. The Marlins batting .208 with a .274 on base percentage, slugging .355 with a .629 OPS. The Pirates are batting .251 with an on base percentage of .291, slugging .419 and a .710. And here's the pitch to Willis. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Young. He takes it himself for out number 1. And now we're back to the top of the order in Gordon. That's Phyllis Reynolds joins us here today. And Gordon's 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Clemente, and that'll be out number 2. And Martin's up now, and Prado's walked his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball. Might not be a fly ball. Now that's going to be a single in the left field. Nice job by Martin. Gets a 2-out base hit for the Marlins. Brings up Ramirez now with the go-ahead run down at first. 2 outs. Ramirez singled his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. 4. That'll be fielding column 3. And he'll fire over to first. And that'll be out number 3. And Marlins strand 1. To the bottom of the inning we go. The bottom of the order due up. You got Vale. And then we'll be back to Van Slyke and Madlock. And Bob is 0 for 4 on the year. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Left field, Jeff Conine camps under it, makes the catch for out number 1. You can see Florida scored 46 runs on 8 homers, 1 stolen base, and been caught 3 times. The Pirates 51 runs, 8 homers, and 2 stolen bases. And Van Slyke doubled his first time up and got stranded at third. And that's going to be against the 50. That's going to be an infield hit by Andy. So Andy's aboard here for the second time in this game with an infield hit with 1 out and 1. Madlock comes to the plate, 0 for 1 today. And Madlock's going to do a little hit and run here, try to get the runner going. Let's see what happens here with this hit and run. And that's going to be perfectly done, folks. That ball is hit in the right field, and Andy Van Slyke is going to get down the third. Perfectly executed play. Now you got runners on the corners and 1 out. And here comes the big boys coming up now. And Clemente's up. He struck out his first time up. Remember, Andy was at third when that happened. Here's the pitch to Clemente. Defense is playing back. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. And I don't think they're going to like this result. And that's going to be the 1-6-3 double play. Clemente hits into a inning double play. And we go to the top of the 4th and still no score. Not what you expect out of Clemente. Now you got the big boys due up here for the Marlins. Stanton, Sheffield, and Millar. And George is 0 for 1 today, flew out the right. And that's going to be a ground ball down the alley. He fires over to Young, and there's 1 down. Gary Sheffield comes to the plate, and he grounded into a fielder's choice his first time up. And that's going to be against the ground ball back to Bob. He fires over to Young. There's quickly 2 down here in the 4th. Kevin Millar steps up to the plate. And Kevin's 0 for 1. He grounded out to the pitcher his first time up. And he does the exact same thing. So Bob's been busy in the field. But that's a 1-2-3 top of the 4th. And it's still nothing as we head to the bottom of the inning. You got McCutcheon's due up, followed by Young and Rennie. Andrew 0 for 1 today, grounded out. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the train. Willis up with it over to Kevin for out number 1. Kevin Young up now. And Young's 0 for 1, flew out his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. The train strikes him out for out number 2. Second strikeout of the game for Willis. And Rennie's up now. He's 0 for 1. And that's going to be a lazy fly ball out the left. Conine gets it. And a 1-2-3 4th. And we got Conine due up after making that catch. Followed by Johnson and Willis, the bottom 3rd of the order. And Conine struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left. McCutcheons makes the play. And there's 1 down. And Mr. Johnson's up now with nobody on and 1 out. And Charlie is 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Easy play for Allie for out number 2. And now you got Willis up. Willis grounded out his first time up, 0 for 1. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Clemente calls for it, makes the catch in the alley for out number 3. 1-2-3 goes the Marlins. And we go to the bottom of the 5th in a nothing game. You got Kendall, Alley, and Vale, the bottom 3rd due up here for the Pirates. Jason's 1 for 1, singled his first time up. And that's going to be a rare play, a 25 and a 36. And that's going to be hit down the second. Gordon's down there. And that should be an easy play for Gordon. And he makes a nice play. Fields it cleanly, tosses it over to Kevin, and they get Jason for out number 1. Gene comes up now with 1 down, nobody on. Trying to get the Pirates on the scoreboard here. Gene grounded out his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Martin at third. Across the diamond for 2 down. Can Bob help his own calls here? Vail 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a swing and a miss and a 1-2-3 fifth. We still go to the 6th scoreless. We got the top of the order due up here for the Marlins, though. Gordon, Pedro, and Ramirez. D. Gordon 0 for 2 today. And he's going to be 0 for 3. Is that the ground ball down to Rennie? 1 down here in the 6th. And Martin comes to the plate. He's the only one that's been on base both times, to my knowledge. He's a singled and walked 1 for 1 today. And not this time. That's going to be a swing and a miss. Bob strikes him out. It's Bob's 3rd strikeout of the game. And it's up to Hanley Ramirez to do something here in the 6th. He's 1 for 2. He singled it back in the 1st. And that's going to be against the lefty. That's going to be another single. So Ramirez is now 2 for 3 with 2 singles. Go ahead, run down at first for Stanton with 2 outs. And Stanton's 0 for 2, flown out and grounded out. And that's going to be a base on balls. And all of a sudden, Bob's got himself in a little bit of a mess here with 2 outs. Need to get that important 3rd out. That brings up Gary Sheffield now with the go-ahead run down at second. And Sheffield's 0 for 2. He's grounded into a fielder's choice and grounded out to the pitcher. And that's going to be another base on balls. And Bob has walked himself into a damn mess here. Can't put Kevin anywhere. Bases are full of Marlins. Ramirez at third, Stanton at second, Sheffield at first, and Kevin at the plate. And Kevin's 0 for 2 today. He has grounded back to Bob twice. And that's going to be, you guessed it, a base on balls. And Bob has walked in the go-ahead run, folks. And they're going out to talk to him, ask him what the hell he thinks he's doing. Throw the ball over the damn plate and let him hit it. Jeff is 0 for 2. He has struck out and flown out. Base is still full of Marlins. 2 out and a 1-0 ball game now. And that finally gets the ball over the plate, and that's lifted high in the left field. McCutcheon waits for it, makes the catch. The Marlins strand 3. But all that happened with 2 outs, folks. 5 base runners with 2 outs, and the Marlins take a 1-0 lead. The Pirates here in the top of this bottom of the 6th and the top of the order up. Van Slyke, Mad Dog, and Clemente. Andy is a perfect 2 for 2 today, a double and a single. And that's going to be a fly ball out to left field. And Conine's going to misplay this one. That's going to be a single. And Van Slyke is down there at second on an air, folks. On an E7. So now you got the tying run down at second with nobody out. But the Pirates had this in the first and didn't get nothing. Van Slyke down there at second. Mad Dog 1 for 2. Singled his last time up. And that's going to be against the lefty. That'll be a 7 and an 8. And that's going to be a single in the right field. Sheffield's got a good arm out there. And that'll be a 55. Van Slyke with awesome speed. And he's going to score with no throw. So that's going to be a single, and it's a tie ball game, folks. So the Mad Dog delivers with a single, and it's 1-1. Now you got a runner down at first, nobody out for Clemente, and he's having a rough go here. He is struck out and grounded into a 1-6-3 double play with a runner down at third. So let's see if Clemente can do something here. And nope, that's going to be a swing and a miss. Clemente strikes out for out number 1. Andrew McCutcheon comes to the plate now. And Andrew is 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second, a 62 and a 9. Probably going to be fielding column 2. Yep, fielding column 2. And they're going to get the lead runner. That's going to be a 4-6 put out. But McCutcheon beats the relay throw. So now there's 2 outs, a runner down at first rather, with 2 outs. And Kevin Young's up. He is 0 for 2 today. He struck out his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Gordon. He fires over to first. But the Pirates score 1, tie this game up. We go to the top of the 7th. It's 1-1. We got the bottom part of the order due up for the Marlins. Johnson, Willis, and Gordon. And Charlie's 0 for 2 today. Grounded out to short twice. And that's going to be lifted in the left field. McCutcheon comes in, makes the catch, and there's 1 down. And Willis is going to keep on pitching. He's pitching a good game here. And their bullpen's not that great. So Willis is 0 for 2. He is grounded out and flown out. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. VEALE strikes him out. His 4th strikeout of the game. And now there's 2 down and nobody on for Gordon. And Gordon's 0 for 3. Struck out, flown out, and grounded out. And that's going to be a ground ball down the alley. He fires over the first, and that'll end this side of the inning. We go to the 7th inning stretch. It's 1 apiece. And we go to the bottom of the 7th with the bottom part of the order due up. Rennie, Kendall, and Alley. Rennie's 0 for 2, grounded out and flown out. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Gordon for out number 1. See if Jason Kendall, who's having a good game here, can do it again. He's 1 for 2 today, singled in this game. And that's going to be a rare play, a 14 and a 38. That's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 1. So Jason falls behind 0-1. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a hit by pitch. Willis hits him after getting ahead of him 0-1. Jason walks on down to first, glares over, but didn't hit him on purpose, not with a 1-1 ball game. And Jason may try to steal here. That'll be a 25. He's going to take off a 51 or lower. He's safe. And he's in there with a stolen base. So he makes him pay for the hit batter. He's going to steal second and turn that hit batter into a runner in scoring position now. So now you got a runner down at second and nobody out. And Gene's up. And Gene is 0 for 2. He's grounded into a force play and grounded to third. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. And with Kendall's speed, he should be able to score even on a single. And that's not going to have a problem because that's going to be a double in the left field. And the stolen base pays off. And the Pirates take a 2-1 lead here. And that's going to be for Bob. He's coming out of the game for a pitch hitter. And he's right now the winning pitcher with a 2-run lead. And Frank Travers is going to come off the bench with a runner down there with one out. See if Frank can get the Pirates some insurance runs here. Where's Frank at? There he is. So Frank is 0 for 3 on the year, one out and a runner down at second. Allie's got damn good speed. Here's the pitch to Frank. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Jeff. And that'll be out number 2. 2 down now, and we're back to the top of the order, and Andy Van Slyke, who's having a good game here. And he's 3 for 3 today. Can he get a hit here and make it a 3-1 game? He has doubled, singled, made it to second on an error, and came around the score. And that's going to be a lazy fly ball. Conan makes the catch, but the Pirates score 1, and we go to the top of the 8th. It's 2-1 Pittsburgh Pirates. See who's going to come out of the bullpen now. Got righties coming up. Dave Mark's going to come out of the bullpen here in the 8th. Try to keep this 1-run game and get it to DeCalvey in the 9th. That is the plan. And this is Mark's 3rd appearance, no record with a 4.5 ERA. And Prado's going to stay in and bat. He's 1 for 2. He has walked, singled, and struck out his last time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Clemente. He makes the catch, and there's 1 down. And now you got Ramirez up. And Ramirez is 2 for 3. He has singled twice in this game. He singled and came around the scores last time up. And that's going to be against the righty, 26. That's an 11. And that's going to be a base hit, an infield hit for Ramirez. So a 1-out single. And the Tyne runs down at first. Go-ahead run comes to the plate, and Stanton's 0 for 2. He did walk his last time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Mark strikes him out. A big strikeout there. And Gary Sheffield comes up. And Gary's 0 for 2. He did walk his last time up also. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Clemente. So the runner gets stranded at first. We head to the bottom of the 8th and a 2-1 Pirates lead. And see who's going to come out here. They're going to let Willis. I don't think they're letting Willis pitch this inning. And they're not. So let's see. Willis is going to come out. He's not pitching the 8th. Steve's going to come out and pitch. So Steve will come out and pitch. Where is he at? There he is. Trying to keep this a 1-run ball game. Willis goes 7 innings, 7 hits and 4 runs. Didn't pitch bad, but he's losing right now. Now you got Madlock, Clemente, and McCutcheon's due up here against Steve. Steve's 4th appearance, no record with a 9 ERA. Mad Dog's having a damn good game. He's 2 for 3 with an RBI. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. Welcome to the game, he says. He was ready. And that's going to be driven into the gap in right field. The Pirates got an insurance run in scoring position with nobody out here in the 8th. And Clemente comes up now. And Clemente is 0 for 3, having a rough game here. He is struck out twice and grounded into a double play. And we drop a dice. And he gets a hold of this one now. Doesn't look like Steve was the answer. Sure. See where this one ends up at. That ball is high. See how far this one goes, folks. That is off the wall, out in left field. Thought he had himself his third homer, but it's off the top of the wall. And it is now a 3-1 game. Still nobody out. And McCutcheon's up. And McCutcheon's, he is 0 for 3. He is grounded out all 3 times. And that's going to be a 9 against a 19. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. The runner is going to get down to third. He fires over to first. Steve does. That'll force the infield in. They can't give up any more runs. So got Kevin Young up with Clemente down at third. Young's 0 for 3, flown out, struck out, and grounded out. And with the infield in, it'll be a 17. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. And he's going to look the runner back to third, fire over to first. And now there's 2 down, and Clemente still down at third. Can Rennie deliver here and make this a 4-1 ball game? Rennie's 0 for 3. Infield back, of course, now. And against the righty, it'll be a 22. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Gary Sheffield just robbed Rennie of a dive and catch. Nice play by Sheffield. Saves a run, but the Pirates score 1 to get a 2-run game. And we will see Kent DeCalvey coming out here to try to get his, I think his third or I think a 4th save. I think he's already got 3. I think he's going for number 4 here. So out comes DeCalvey. And this is DeCalvey's 6th appearance. He does have 3 saves with a 3.6 ERA. He's got Millard, Conine, and Johnson. Let's see if that's who he actually faces out. And Justin's going to come off the bench. Pitch hit here for Kevin. So he's going to face some lefties coming off the bench. Kent will. So that's it for Kevin. And Justin's going to come out and pitch hit and stay in the game and play first if it gets that far. Justin's only batting .048 with a homer and 2 RBIs. Here's the pitch from DeCalvey, and that's a ground ball down the bill at third. Madlock's over, gets it, fires over the Young, and that'll be out number 1. Now Jeff Conine, is he going to stay in the game? And Chris is going to come off the bench and pitch it for him. So they're bringing all the lefties out here to get away from that sidearm to Colby. Kent says he's up to the task. He can get lefties out also. He says not a problem. So Chris comes off the bench, batting .292, no homers and 2 RBIs, 1 out, nobody on. And that's going to be against the righty. It's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Clemente makes the catch, and there's 2 down, and the Marlins are down to their last out. And will Charlie bat for himself? That is the question. And JT's going to come off the bench. He's a little better against righties than Charlie. So JT's going to come off the bench. And there's JT. And he's batting .211 on the year with no homers and 4 RBIs. Down 3-1, 2 outs and nobody on. And that's your ball game, because that's a swing and a miss. DeCalvey strikes him out just like you expect to end the game. And the Pirates win this one 3-1. At the box score. Nice job by the Pirates pitching staff here, folks. And some timely hitting. Hard fought win by the Pirates to take the second game of this series. And the Pirates 3 runs on 9 hits and no errors. The Marlins 1 run, 4 hits and 1 error. Ramirez for the Marlins 3 for 4, folks. Only one that really figured out VEALE. Marlins were only 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position, left 7 men on base. Look at the top of the order for the Pirates. Sorry about that. I had to sneeze. Van Slyke 3 for 4. Madlock 3 for 4. Top of the order did their job. That's for darn sure. Pirates were 3 for 12 with runners in scoring position. Had left 6 men on base. DONTRELLE picks up his first loss. He's 0-1. 7 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs. Only one of them earned. Struck out 4. Steve comes in 1 inning, 2 hits, and 1 run. And how about this Pirates pitching staff? VEALE goes to 2-1, 7 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, walked 4, struck out 4. And Mark comes in 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 strikeout. DeCalvey comes in, picks up his 4th save of the year, 1 inning and 1 strikeout. And they got the player of the game. That's being Gene Alley. I don't understand that. Alley was 1 for 3 with an RBI. We're going to change that to, we're going to give it to Bob. Bob pitched a hell of a game, so we're going to give this to Bob. We'll change that here before we check out. I disagree with Gene being the, go with Bob. See if it took it there. It's only the second time I've disagreed with, with the player of the game, but Gene 1 for 3 just because he had the RBI that gave him the lead. If you're going to give it to batter, I'd have gave it to either Van Slyke or Madlock for getting on base. See how many times they scored in the game. Neither of them scored, though. Oh, wrong team. Yeah, they both scored. I'd give it to one of them if I'm going to give it to anybody. I'll probably give it to Mad Dog if I was picking a player. He was 3 for 4. He had the RBI and a run. So we're going to give it to Bob with his 7 innings. Pitched a hell of a game. 3 hits, 1 run. Only reason we pitched hit for him was to try to get some more runs. Wasn't like we took him out because of his pitching. So enough said about that. Let's go to the standings and the leaderboard. And now in the East, the Braves are a game and a half up on the Mets. The Phillies and Nats are 2.5 games back. And the Marlins, with that loss, are now 4.5 games back. And with that win, the Pirates are now tied with the Brewers. In the Central, the Cardinals and Cubs are a game and a half back. The Reds 2 games and the Astros 3.5. And out in the West, Giants 2 games up on the Dodgers. Arizona and San Diego are 3 games back, and Colorado pulling up the rear 4.5 games back. Sammy Sosa is the man in the National League, trying for the Triple Crown, leading the league with a .425 average, 10 homers, and 19 RBIs. And you got Randy Jones with a 0 ERA. And Mike with the Brewers with 3 wins. And now Kent the Coffee's leading the league with his 4th save. And you got Sammy, of course, leading in MVP voting, trying for that Triple Crown. And Mike leading in the Cy Young. And the next game on the channel is going to be game number 3 of this 4-game series. Take a look here at the pitching matchup for it. And you're going to have Josh Johnson, JJ, going up against Mr. Friend, another Bob. One Bob to another Bob. VEALE passes the torch to Bob Friend. See if Bob can pitch as well as the other Bob. I want to thank Philip Reynolds, David, and Ken Castro for stopping by here today. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell for reminders. Smash that like button. It helps the channel out. Until next time, y'all have a great day and take care.